Our solar system consists of the Sun, the planets, their moons, and a variety of smaller objects such as asteroids and comets. Now the Sun is at the center of the solar system, with other objects orbiting around it, and gravity holds the solar system together. About 99.85% of the mass of the entire solar system is contained within the Sun. Now a planet is round, orbits the Sun, and has cleared out the region of the solar system along its orbit. The 8 planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. A fun fact about our planets is that all the planets, except for Venus and Mercury, have at least one natural satellite, which is also called a moon. So all of the planets, except for Venus and Mercury, have at least one natural satellite. Now, of the 8 planets, the first 4, which are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, are small and mostly made of rock and metal. The last 4 planets, which is Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, are very large and are mostly made of gas and liquid. Now, when measuring distances in space and distances between planets, using a kilometer or meter, it would be very difficult to measure these distances because space is so large. So instead, we use the term astronomical units, which can be written as AU. Astronomical units. Now, the average distance between Earth and the Sun is about 150 million kilometers. That same distance, about 150 million kilometers, is 1 AU, or 1 astronomical unit. So 150 million kilometers is the same as 1 astronomical unit. Like Earth, each planet has a day and a year. Its day is the time it takes to rotate on its axis, so to rotate on its axis. A planet with a slow rotation rate has long days, which could be harmful to humans. Humans most likely could not live comfortably on a planet whose day was greater than 4 Earth days. That's because it would get very hot in the afternoon and very cold at night. So as a recap, 1 day is the time it takes a planet to rotate on its axis. But a year is the time it takes to orbit the Sun. Because each planet is a different distance from the Sun, each planet has a different period of revolution. That means each planet takes a different amount of time to make one complete orbit around the Sun. Now, a year on Earth is approximately 365 days. If we were talking about time in Earth days, a year on Mercury would be 88 Earth days, but a year on Neptune would be 60,190 Earth days. This is because Mercury is closer to the Sun and Neptune is further away from the Sun. Planets that orbit closer to the Sun have shorter years, and planets that orbit farther from the Sun have longer years. Now, as I have said before, a planet is round, orbits the Sun, and has cleared out the region of the solar system along its orbit. For many years, Pluto was considered the 9th planet in the solar system. But Pluto shares the area of its orbit with other objects. Pluto is now considered a dwarf planet. A dwarf planet is an object that orbits the sun, has enough gravity to become spherical, but has not cleared the area of its orbit. There are 5 known dwarf planets in our solar system, and they are Pluto, Eris, Ceres, Makemake, and Haumea. And in the future, as scientists observe more distant objects, the number of dwarf planets might grow. So how did the solar system form? Scientists think the solar system formed about 4.6 billion years ago from a cloud of hydrogen, helium, rock, ice, and other materials pulled together by gravity. Eventually, the temperature and pressure in the cloud became so high that through nuclear fusion, hydrogen atoms were pressed together to form helium, a process that produces light and heat. Away from the sun, planets began to form as gravity pulled rock, ice, and gas together. The rock and ice formed small bodies called planetesimals. Over time, planetesimals collide and stuck together, eventually combining to form all of the other objects in the solar system. Close to the sun, the inner planets are small and rocky. At greater distances from the sun, planets became gas giants. Beyond the gas giants, ice and other materials produced comets and dwarf planets.